Memory. You might think that you can't train memory, that once you have it, there's no longer a way to improve your memory and to improve your ability to remember things. But that's actually not true. It isn't just purely genetic and purely what you're born with. Even though you may not get to the level of photographic memory, you can certainly improve your memory. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. First going to be starting with a quick story of mine, and then we'll get straight into it. So let's get started. I used to have this where I was like, oh, I can't really remember things, or I have a difficulty with remembering things because of, I don't know. I was just confused. I wasn't really sure why. When I had the test, for example, I just couldn't find the things, even though I knew them beforehand. I had learned them, I knew them, but the moment it came to it, I forgot them. And I found out that it's very simple. My brain was distracted, so that's what I'm gonna be talking about today. The distractions in your brain make it so you're less likely to remember the things you want to remember. Listen to this. If you fill a bowl with water, it's full and you can't keep adding more water, because if you add more water, the water will spill over the bowl. That's how you should look at it. So, how do we make space for more water to be poured into the bowl? We empty out a little bit of that water so we can add more water, more liquid to the bowl. And that's the way your mind, your brain functions. You should see it like this. If your brain is constantly focused with games and you've overstimulated it with all those games and all those bad things, then it's constantly busy with processing that and busy with thinking about that. So for example, you think of strategies on how to get better at a certain game because you've played it and you're stuck with something, for example. Your brain is focused on that. And until it has found that solution, and even if it has found that solution, there are many things. It's constantly busy with that game and it's focused on it. So as long as you're focused on it, your brain does not allow for more room to be filled. Maybe a little bit, maybe you'll remember, but you'll notice that it's a small amount. You don't remember a lot. And your grades might be falling behind, or you might not remember certain things, like for example your own phone number, simply because your brain is filled with distractions and bullshit. And how do we get rid of it? Get rid of the habits which cause the distraction. So, if you quit gaming, and trust me on this, I've experienced this myself. If you, for example, quit gaming, your brain won't be this distracted. When you're in that test, when you're busy with the subject, you will actually remember it. You will remember it through the day, randomly. Because your brain is no longer busy with distractions, it's open. It's taking in information, it's ready to take in information. Because it's not processing it, it's not keeping this useless information. So, what I noticed was, before I had really struggles with remembering things on these tests, and when I was on this test I had struggles with remembering what I learned, and it was actually my brain was just not there, I was distracted a lot. But when I removed games out of my life and these kinds of bad habits, I noticed there was room. I was like, oh, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this. It started to fill up again. And of course you need to still study a bit, but I've noticed that it isn't all about that hours and hours of studying. It's not the way to fill that brain up and to allow yourself to take in as much. Because forcing it that way, like no matter how much you keep pouring it, even if you have 12 liters, the amount of water that will fit into it will not increase. So maybe you've filled up with 1 liter and there's still like a little bit left which you could fill. That's what you're gonna fill with those 12 extra hours. But at a certain point, it's gonna spill over. You can't add more than there's already in. So if you just lower the amount of water, you can add more water in, and then you'll remember more. It's that simple. It sounds so ridiculously simple that it's like your brain might think it's stupid and it's not right. But try it. Trust me, and not just try it for 1 day, because then your brain is still, if you're really detoxed from it for a while, for example a month, then your brain is ready to take in information again. It takes a while, but once you've got that back, you will be so thankful for that, because it's opened my eyes to see how I can improve my memory and how I can make sure I remember important things. So I hope this tip will help you out with improving your memory, improving your skills. And thank you guys for watching. Work hard, stay hard, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.